Well, good morning, folks. We are doing a pop-up on the patio. Streaming live, just enjoying a bit of morning sun. Yeah, you like the sun. Do you have a buck for me? A buck? Had a buck earlier. You might make folks wait for that. Hi, Becky. What do you think, Max? I agree. A big fluffers. Hey, Jocelyn. Hi, Esther. Yeah, no, we're just underneath the umbrella, getting a little bit of shade here before the day gets too hot. It's been a hot couple of days and the house is pretty warm. So yeah, it's good to be outside, right, Max? Yeah, you like the sun, don't you? You want to ask something? What do you want to ask? You're acting like a toddler. You want to ask something? You're not asking it. Hey, Intuitive. How are you? Yeah? Are you comfortable today, Max? Are you happy? Oops, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I've got a coffee here. I just grabbed one of my older coffee mugs that I don't worry quite as much about, because outdoors there's a higher risk of something getting broken. Something startles Max, a wing flaps, and a cup goes flying. We've seen it before, right, Max? Do you see people walking? Are people walking? Well, I don't think he saw you, honey. You're not sure what to think, huh? Well, it's lovely out this morning. The shade makes a big difference. Okay, to the trolls out there. I know you desperately need some attention, but there's better ways to get attention. You can interact and be friendly. And yeah, it works quite well. So someone just got a couple of messages deleted and got put onto timeout. Yeah, don't be like them. This is a no troll zone, right, Max? We have bumblebees. We have gophers, otherwise known as Richardson groundhogs. But lots of outdoor birds. But no trolls. Got some bunnies. There's some super cute baby bunnies hopping around here. Yeah, Max? What do you see? So let's get some positivity into the chat. Tell me, what are you up to today? Well, we might have one when we go inside. We didn't bring food outside, buddy, because we got too many bumblebees around. And I don't want them investigating your lunch. You've had a pretty good week. Dandy is joining us from Switzerland. Oh, Intuitive, Queen, Char, those trolls go everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know what they need. They obviously are in dire need of attention. Reminds me of the guys around who drive the jacked up trucks with the truck nuts and loud exhaust and just keep revving it. It's like, really, dude? Are you making up for something? Hi, Sherry. How are you today, Sherry? Buck. Have you got a buck for Sherry? Buck. What was that? Was that a pew pew? Oh, you want to tell Sherry that you saw a dog? Yeah, you saw a dog earlier. That was right. Hi, Lauren. We are Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Okay, that was a sparrow. Sparrows don't bark, honey. Sparrows chirp. Sherry's on a lunch break. Oh, cool, llama. I love your birds so much. Love from the Philippines. Oh my goodness. Hi, Sean. Yeah, Max is doing good today. He's enjoying himself. We're just enjoying a bit of patio time. Yeah. That lovely Max. There's supposed to be another scorcher today, so we might not get out for a walk in the afternoon. So I thought get a little bit of sunshine this morning. He's pretty good. Hi, Princess. Sophia asks, does he free flight? No, we do not free flight with Max. A couple of reasons. Number one, Max has never shown any interest in flight. Number two, his current flight path is that of your average potato. Yeah, which is to say sort of straight down. But every bird has, if they flap their wings and they get caught by the right bit of breeze, they've got amazing powers of flight. We always wear a harness when we're outside, right, Max? We wear an aviator harness just for safety because there's a couple of hazards around here. Number one, we got a busy road. If Max got startled and landed on the road, I don't trust that the drivers would stop. Yeah, number two, got tall buildings all around us, and we are a tall building, and I don't like climbing on roofs. Really don't like climbing on roofs. What do you want, honey? Where are you going? It's hard to turn around there, hon. And number three, Max is really not interested in flight. He's 31 years young now. Oh my gosh, he had a hatchiversary on the 1st, and I still have to update all of our descriptions to give his correct age. 31. It's pretty amazing, Max. Yeah, it is. But yeah, so Max has never shown any interest in flight, but we always wear a harness just for safety. And yeah, free flight around here. We've got hawks. We're near the edge of the city. We have a lot of coyotes. There's dogs out there. Max, he could get into trouble very quickly. So yeah, safety. Hi, King of Moles. Poland has a couple of questions. Sean has 4 cats. Intuitive Shar has roots in Nova Scotia. That is the other end of the country. I've been there. It's gorgeous there. Poland asks, who are more social, cockatoos or macaws? Oh, I would have to say the cockatoos, but a lot depends on the individual. Cockatoos tend to be the party birds. They tend to really like the large flocks, and they really need a ton of attention. Some macaws are a little bit more solitary. They're a little calmer. But a lot depends on the individual, right, Max? Oh my goodness, that sun just hit in full force. Come on, can you You're on my knee, honey. You're on my knee odd. Can we turn around? Up. Up and up. There we go. Again. There you go. That's better. Yes. Oh, boy. Intuitive Queen Shar says the city of Langford is named after my granddad. That's pretty cool. Man, that coffee's good. Sophia wishes you a happy belated birthday. Yeah. If anyone wants to do something special for Max's birthday, I'm going to just tell you quickly about a special fundraiser that we're doing for Parrot Rescue. And this is for our friends over at Greta's Roost, who are a local rescue. We're doing a GoFundMe. We're trying to help get them set up with some larger cages. You know, the GoFundMe's not gone as well as we'd hoped. We're just shy of 1,000. We're hoping to bring in a full pallet of cages. So I'm going to keep the GoFundMe going a little bit longer. But yeah, like even a couple of dollars makes a big, big difference. And the link to that is right in the video description. And all of the funds go to our friends at Greta's Roost. And we just want to make life a little bit more comfortable with some of Max's larger cousins that are over there. I mean, Max is one of the larger cousins, isn't he? But yeah, we want to make sure that they're properly equipped for the big boys. Right, Max? Yeah, something we want to do regularly is just show them a little bit of support. But we thought in honor of TCal's 50th hatchversary and Max's 31st, it would be good. And it would also be a nice way that people who wanted to send something to Max for his birthday could do something. I mean, we had a few people send us cards. But just think, for less than the price of mailing a greeting card, you could, do a couple of dollar donation to Parrot Rescue and make a difference, And we are recognizing each and everybody who has donated. We've called them out on the 2 birthday hatchiversaries, and we're going to do another round of recognition for them as well. So yeah, so we appreciate each and every one of them. Not doing that today because I only have the device that I'm filming on. And when I'm filming on a cell phone, I'm a little bit limited what else I can do concurrently. But we'll do a call out on one of our regular streams. Yeah. Cool Llama says Max's red looks like strawberry jam. I assume you're talking about some of his crest feathers. I've got them down right now. They're more of sort of a salmon orangey color. Yeah, Max. Oh. Come on up. Up and up. I'm in the shade, and you don't need to be. Okay. I'm just going to shift forward a tiny bit. Folks, this is what happens during one of these streams. I tend to chase the sun a bit with Max. Because he can have a bit of shade, he can have a bit of sun. Yeah, so right here we've got the crest feathers, and I'm just going to shift them over a little bit so we can see the color. Yeah, but more of really a brilliant salmon tone. More of an orangey tone. Oh, I know, Max. I know. Moluccan cockatoos are also known as salmon-crested cockatoos. Oh, you like that sun, don't you, honey? Hi, Masada. Sunflower sending love from the United Kingdom. Sunflower, did you know what Max's favorite flowers are? You said sunflowers, you're right. He loves the sunny flowers. We've seen sunflowers this year. What's around here? I mean, we've got some that are planted around our patio. I've got the hose out. I was watering them. Got to reroute the hose a little bit. It started raining on me yesterday when I was out watering. I know it was a nice little sun shower, but if I keep the flowers moist, then they're gonna bloom all summer around. And we had a bit of a thunder popper, so I'd actually moved some of them over by the door. Bring them back over to the table, huh? Yeah, Max. Yeah. We saw some really pretty flowers when we were over at the seniors' home last week doing the visit. Did anybody catch any of the videos from that? It was great. We had CBC Eye Opener out doing some interviews. They interviewed various members of the Parrot Club, and they interviewed some of the residents, and you sure made friends with a reporter, Max. Max was quite interested in the microphone, and she looked interested in Max, and Max gave me a signal, so I dropped him on her arm. And she just looked at him with eyes as big as saucers. I don't think she was ready for quite how big he is up close. He is a pretty big bird. If you want an idea how big, there's one of my fingers, and there's his toe. Yeah, there's my hand, and there's your foot, honey. I know, you're a big boy. You're a big boy. Yeah, but got a reel. I had a bunch of reels, and I sometimes separate them so they don't all come out at once. Otherwise, YouTube is not going to show them to you. You're only going to see one of them rather than all of them, and some of them are too cute not to share. One of them, Jennifer from CBC, reporter, Jenny, she had him on her arm, and she just looked at him, eyes as wide as saucers, and said, "My, what a big beak you have." And Max just looked, "Yeah, I know, Mom. I know I got a big beak, but this lady's nice. I won't use it." Yeah, no, Max really made some friends there. Seniors loved him. We talked to CBC. It was only a 4-minute interview. If you're interested in catching it, we bounced it off of our webpage. We've got a media section on our webpage, www.maxmoluccan.com. And we tend to bounce all of the media through there just so that it's easy for us to find again when people are asking for the links. We've got it all in one place. And if you're looking for it, it's easy to find. But we also do that because Facebook, Meta, they've got a ban. Now, if you're not in Canada, you might not even be aware of this. Some Canadians don't even realize this until I try to post a link. But Meta, which is Facebook, they do not allow you to link to any news sites, Canadian or otherwise, if you live in Canada. If a friend of ours from the States posts a news article, they block it if we're in Canada. It's super annoying. And they just got into a dust-up with the Canadian government looking for some tax dollars to support some of the news outlets. And yeah, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but basically, if it is a news outlet, I'm not allowed to share it on Facebook. Facebook will just hide it. So my workaround is I'll just share a link to my own website, and I will post the news on my website. So all of the news about Max is there. You can also find it in our community tab. We posted a link to the news article at CBC Radio, which is kind of odd. But yeah, Max, we talked about him. We gave him a good description. He talked a little bit to the reporter. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm just going to move the camera. You see on top of the roof over here? Can I get any bigger? Yeah, those... Where's my finger? Right there. Whoops. Right there. Oh. Those are 2 gigantic ravens on that roof. There was a third one around a minute ago. And they're walking around. And it got Max's attention. They sure do. There you go, Max. Uh, 2 a.m. for Cool Llama. Have a good one. Yeah, but, it was really a lot of fun visiting the senior center. We talked a lot about some of what the Parrot Club does. We're super fortunate. We've got an active local Parrot Club. Parrot Club is really about the welfare of birds, and it gives parrot owners an opportunity to meet other parrot owners. Monthly meetings, and I don't make very many of the monthlies, I have to admit, because my schedule has had a conflict, but it looks like my schedule might be shifting a little bit come the fall, and it might free me up for the Parrot Club meetings, which would be great. But monthly meetings and various guest speakers. We'll have parrot behavioralists, like Parrot SOS has been out to talk about birds before. We've had our local vets, various topics talking about birds, and all educational. Some of the meetings are more fellowship. We've had toy making, we've had potlucks, all sorts of fun stuff there. Right, Max? Yeah, you're pretty comfy there, aren't you, today? I'm just going to pop this into a holder for a minute, folks. Just bear with me. I'm getting tired of holding the camera. Oh, can I flip the camera? There we go, Max. I flipped the camera. We got a tripod here. I'm just going to set up into the tripod. There we go, Max. Are you in the tripod? There. Hi, folks. There's Mummager. Yeah, so I'm just going to pop Max into scene here for a few minutes while I talk, and then I'll come back to comments. That's much better, Max. But yeah, so we're super fortunate. Parrot Club does a couple of big events. We have our fundraising barbecue. That was a few weeks ago. It's always in June. And we also have an event called Parrot Palooza that happens every fall. Palooza is basically a one-day event, and I know some of the Paloozas in other cities are larger, but you know what? You start somewhere and you keep growing. I have a vision that I'd love to see our Palooza get much bigger with more to offer, but it gives people an opportunity to come down. They come down to Palooza. They can meet various members of the Parrot Club. They can meet some of the local rescues. They can do some shopping. Our friends at Parrot Trends are always there. But some of, Tweets for Treats and some of the other local bird product vendors come down. Usually Max has a merch table set up. Yeah. And, it's the same merch that we have on our Etsy store, and then we do ship worldwide. Our Etsy, we've got keychains, magnets, notebooks, bookmarks, drink coasters, t-shirts. Yeah, we're revamping the t-shirts a bit so that we can ship worldwide for the t-shirts and get you the size and the color combos you want. So we've got 3 designs there right now, and we can ship any of those designs. Depending on the size you're after, there might be a couple of week delay just to get the size to you, because we do not have a stock of 3 designs in small, medium, large, extra large, double extra large, 5 sizes and 5 background colors of shirts. So that's 25, that's 75 options to have one of each in stock. So yeah, so we do a little bit of print on demand for those, and we ship. It's a couple of week wait time unless it's something that we have in stock. Right now we do have some in stock. We certainly do. We've got a couple of the round design. We've got some of the Max Moluccan design. Those ones can ship immediately if they're in stock. If they're not in stock, we'll get your size and color to you, and it just can take a couple of extra weeks. So yeah, so we've got those on Etsy. We usually try to pull in a few extra shirts for the actual event, just so that we've got them there. And that's why we'll have some stock. What else we got going on, Max? We talked about t-shirts, coasters, keychains, and all that. So we do have those for sale at Palooza as well. But the big thing at Palooza, it gives people a chance to come and meet some birds that they might not usually meet. This year's Palooza, we obviously don't know exactly who's going to be there, but odds are exceedingly high that Max is going to be there, and Gizmo the Grey Parrot is going to be there as well. We're both local, and we usually hit all of these events, and it gives local folks a chance to come out and meet Max and to socialize with him a little bit, photo ops and whatnot. One thing I'm thinking about for Palooza is I might get a bit of a backdrop made so that it's a little bit of a better photo op for people who want photos with Max. And that might be kind of fun. Huh? Would that be fun, Max? Yeah, that would be. That would be. But the big thing about Palooza, it's not just about shopping. It's not just about education and talking to people about birds. It's also fundraising for Parrot Rescue. And what Parrot Club does, the Calgary Parrot Club, we raise funds throughout the year, memberships, and any of the events that we do, online auctions, all of that raises a little bit of money, and that all goes to support rescues. Rescues that Parrot Club support, Greta's. Yes, you've heard me talk about Greta's before. That one right now is my pet rescue. Nika's up in Edmonton. Greyhaven in Vancouver. Even though they're not Calgary, they do a lot of good work in Canada, and they've got the support. And quite often the rescues will reach out to the club when they're looking for some support, and the club can usually support with a few dollars, but it's limited, right? It's, there's only so much that they can do. There's only so many funds that we can raise. So things like Max's fundraiser for Parrot Rescue for Greta's are quite important. And it just gives people a way to support our friends over at Mika's, and in lieu of gift from Max, it really makes us happy to help out our friends, right, Max? Yeah. So talked a bit about that. What else is happening in Calgary? The Stampede. Ooh, that was a close call with the pigeon. He almost got cut by a car, buddy. Swooped down a little bit low, and you saw him get disrupted by the car's passage through the air. Really glad I didn't see the pigeon get clipped. But yeah, we've got the Calgary Stampede. Even if you're not from Calgary, hopefully you've heard about it. It is a 10-day festival in Canada, and it is pretty popular worldwide. It's a large fair. A lot of people in Calgary think of it as a 10-day party. But one of the unique hallmarks about the Stampede is we have things called pancake breakfasts all around town. And those are free breakfasts that are put on by a variety of community groups or whatnot. And there are pancakes, otherwise known as flapjacks. There's usually sausages, coffee, orange juice, that type of stuff. Sometimes the Stampede breakfast will have bacon. Not that often these days because bacon's gotten quite expensive. Sometimes they'll have beans, but it's usually some good music and whatnot. Went to a few of those last year, didn't we, Max? There's one this Saturday that we're thinking about going to, have not decided yet, but we'll decide Saturday morning if we're going to go or not, depending on the weather. And Max? Yeah, Max really does enjoy these types of events. Okay. Yeah. So Max, I'm going to pick up the camera for a minute. Oh, you want scritchies? Because I keep looking at... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I pull? I'm sorry. I keep looking at the table that's missing some flowers, and I'm going to move the flowers back to the table. And I want to see if Max wants to give a balk, and sometimes he will when he stands up. Okay. I'm going to grab the camera. There's a camera. And we're going to rotate the camera. Boom. Up. Uppity up. Oh. I also need to get him back into the sunshine for everybody. Ooh. Oh, that did not work. I stepped on your leash. Can I get a buck? No buck. Oops. Can I get a buck? And then I'm going to get caught up on comments. So I know I've missed some comments, and I'm going to get caught up on them once I get back with some flowers. Hey, Max, you want to go grab your flowers? Go grab your flowers. All right, I'm going to flip this for 1 second. 2 pots of flowers to move. Okay, Max. Oh, what did I do? I did something goofy, folks. Give me a second. I gotta fix something. What did I do? Sorry, folks. That was my fault. I just walked over to grab the flowers and I messed that one up, didn't I? I thought I flipped it. I put it on pause. Max, can I get a buck, buck, buck? Are you happy and you know it? Buck, buck, buck? No bucks, but you got a seagull. You got a seagull. Max, can I get a buck, 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 buck? Can I get a buck, 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 buck? That's not a buck, that's a scream. Okay, I'm going to come back over to my chair. I'm going to check for wasps and bees. There we go. I'm going to put you back down. Yeah, so I just went and grabbed those flowers. They were sitting over under my underhang. Very pretty. And I'm going to get caught up on comments, and then I'll shift around and switch around the where Max is sitting, where the camera is. Okay, folks? Yeah, Max really is a bigger bird than most people think. I mean, you just look at the feet in comparison to my hand. It really gives you a feel for how big he is. Hi, Eva. How are you? Oh, the Nag JRC is here. Hello, hello. Yeah, then we've been chatting for a bit and I lost track of comments, so I'm just getting caught up. Yeah, he's all floof. Yeah, Tico's inside telling us to whisper, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. Bok bok beak. Yeah, you have a big bok bok beak. You sure do. Hi, Thomas. Yeah, Max is looking for all the gossip. He wants to know what's going on. I think he shares all the gossip with the local pups. Poland asks, do I take Max everywhere? That's actually a really good question. I'd love to, but there's some places that he cannot go. So if he can go, he does. You know, he's really good about wanting enrichment. He really likes to be out and about and seeing what's going on. I have visions of taking all the birds everywhere all the time, but that's a little bit much. But Max is really the adventure bird, and he really enjoys heading out. Likes to watch what's going on. You know, right behind us, right here, I've got that big window, and I usually set the blinds so he can watch what's going on. Okay, Max, that was a bee. Leave it alone. Yeah, it was just over in the flowers. Yeah, but I try to make sure he has lots of enrichment opportunities. Right, Max? Yeah, the link for Max's GoFundMe for Mika's Parrot Rescue, it is in the video description, and it is also on our community page, and it's also available on our website, maxmoluccan.com. Hi, Jordan. Thomas, hopefully you were here a minute ago when Max was doing a bit of barking. The Nag Jersey says, I thought those ravens were roofers. I know, we've had a lot of roofers out. We actually still do. They've still got 3 buildings here to do. Problem is, one of those buildings has some solar panels on the roof. They're apparently a thermal solar panel. They've got to get a special company in to remove the panels so they can do the roof and then reinstall the panels. Panels were also destroyed by the hail, but they've got to take them down really carefully because you know, there's power and all that involved. You don't want to damage the frames. So we've got that on our complex still. But yeah, a lot of roofers around. Everywhere we look, there's roofers. Right, Max? Sunflower, what kind of problems did the ravens cause outside your house? Thomas asks, does Max know what a camera is? Oh boy, does he ever. He likes to watch the camera. He likes to perform for the camera. Occasionally when he's naughty, I will pick up the camera, point it at him, and he'll stop doing whatever he's doing. He's like, no, Mom, I don't want to show people I'm being naughty. He loves to perform for the camera. He actually gets a little bit upset sometimes when the other flock members are on camera. He says, hey, Mom, it's my turn. It's actually one of his favorite games, and he likes to watch the videos and see his pictures. He knows exactly what a camera is. So does Tico. Tico thinks that the camera will steal his soul. He does not like the paparazzi birdie. AS says, happy birthday, boy Max. That's right. That's right. Okay. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to flip this. Sorry, folks. And I'm going to pop it over here. There you go, Max. I'm going to chill. Yeah. Got a nice bit of shade there, don't we, Max? I got my coffee. You're doing good, Max. And that one nail's getting too long. I'm going to have to trim that one. We do a pedicure later? I know every time I offer you a pedicure, your brother sticks out his foot and says, my turn. Bye-bye. What are you saying bye-bye to? Oh, you're excited. I think he hears some kids playing. You enjoying yourself, Max? Yeah, if you're new here, thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a follow. To hang out, we've got lots of fun stuff to share. Oh, you know what, Max? It's already July. We should do another playlist of some of the top videos from June, shouldn't we? Try to do that every month because there's so many fun videos you do. I think some of the videos from the barbecue, definitely the video of you with the police officer, that was popular. What are some of your other favorite videos from the month that I should make sure on that playlist? Pop. I know, Max. You make so many videos. Yeah. Are you happy, honey? Happy you know it. My coffee is cold, so I'm just gonna give those guys a quick drink. Quick water of the plants with a bit of coffee. Yeah. Now, most of my planters have flowers in them. We've got the petunias, we've got the carnations, we've got the pansies. The pansies are doing so well. And then I've got a couple of small planters with some radishes. Do you like fresh radishes, Max? Yeah, you want some radishes? I don't think they're ready to pick yet. They gotta grow. There's something pretty special about fresh, isn't there? Just gonna pull this guy a little closer. I deadhead this guy. Not without tools. Yeah, no, that one's not deadheading very nicely, but aren't those pretty flowers, honey? Yeah, those are pretty. I'll bring out some scissors later And just trim off the dead limbs. That way the plant can spend a bit of attention on its new flowers rather than the dead flowers. But these ones are doing really well. These pansies, pretty. We got two colors of them too. It's sort of a reddish and yellow, and then we've got the purples. Purple's pretty, isn't it, buddy? Oh, and it's so nice out here in the shade. It's actually cooler in the shade than it is indoors. So that's a really good sign. Isn't it, Max? So Max is pretty happy, just chilling quietly right now. I think he appreciates the shade that the umbrella gives us. Yeah, it was, I wish I would have gotten that umbrella years ago. It's making such a nice difference. I know he's not quite as bright in the videos, but it's cooler and we're more comfortable outside. And I think comfort stands for something, right, Max? Max, do you want to sit in the sun a bit more? Let's go forward. Oops, what was that? I saw something flying. It was a shadow. Okay. I'm going to shift us forward a bit. There we go. Oh, there we go, Max. Are you almost in the sun? Let's scooch forward again. There. There you go, Max. A little bit of sun. Some shade, some sun. Yeah. Max likes the sun a little bit more than I do. I just burn. Some good vitamin D, isn't it, honey? That feel good? That feels good, doesn't it, honey? Yeah, it sure does. Those are nice toes. That one needs a pedicure. Yeah, whatever, Mom. Whatever, Mom. Okay, I'm going to grab this again. And let's flip that around. What? Uh-oh, I'm not seeing new comments right now. Let's just see here. Nope, now new comments are coming in. Awesome. All right. Whoops. Sorry, Max. I'm just trying to read the comments. Yeah, Max is pretty big. No, Max likes his little pancakes. Last year, senior breakfast, it was pretty funny. He wanted to carry his pancake home. He ate it as soon as he got home, but there's too much to see at the breakfast, and we just got one that was just loonie sized. A loonie is a Canadian $1 coin that's larger than a quarter. Sylvia says you're handsome, Max. You say hello to Sylvia? Yeah. Pretty lucky, buddy. Hi, Karen. Yeah. Oops, sorry. That was a little bit too close. Yeah, we've got some bumblebees that are living underneath our patio. And thing with bumblebees, you don't want to kill them. You really, really don't. You want to support them wherever you can. You got some people looking at you, Max. You want to stand up so they can see you better? There. Thank you. Are you saying hello, Max? Hi. What do you say, Max? Do you say hello? You want to show off your crest? Whee! Buck, buck, buck. He thinks he's a chicken. Good job, Max. Buck, buck. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? Nah, he's playing shy right now. 31 years young. 31. Yeah. What do you think, Max?
He likes I have a parrot before it's small.
Yeah. He's a Moluccan Cockatoo, and he is not small. Right, Max? Yeah, you saw some seagulls earlier, buddy. You sure did. Oh, and you saw dogs. Yeah, you saw dogs. He's showing off. What do you think, Max? Can you say it's awesome? Nope. Stuck on dogs. So, Max, our neighbors don't want you barking all the time, okay? They're going to think we have a dog. Have a good day. Good job, Max. Well, Max really put on a show. Hi. What a show off. What squeaks like that? Hi, Christopher. Yeah, fluffing ups up. That was so sweet of you. Some bucks. Randall says, Cruz, the African grey, would yell at wasps. Yeah. My biggest worry is that Max is going to snap at a wasp and I'm going to get stung. It's not that a wasp or a bee sting hurts that much. It's the way I react to them that's the problem. And I definitely am a bit phobic. More than a bit. A couple of years ago, I made the mistake of sitting down on top of a wasp. It was a yellow jacket. And the yellow jackets are as mean as anything. Yeah, Max. And he did not appreciate being sat on. I mean, I really can't blame him, but what was he doing on my chair? Come on. So now I double check before I sit. But I sat down and he got me on the tender bits. And I stood up and he flew out and he got to eye level and looked at me. I looked at him. I screamed. Max looked at me in awe. Max did not realize that I could scream a Moluccan Cockatoo. You know, Max has only been with me 21 years now, and he did not know at the time that I got stung by that wasp just how loud I could scream. I think he was proud of me. He thought he taught me something. Yeah, he really is a good bird, Sylvia. Yeah, Gabriel. Max sure put on a little bit of a show there. Some bucks, some barks. And got excited when he saw people and when he realized that they were paying attention to him. He wasn't too happy when we first stepped outside. I walked smack into a spider web. And I think everybody knows when you walk into a spider web, and it was stretched across our entire entranceway. And I think everybody knows when you walk into a spider web, you suddenly become an expert kung fu fighting. So that's the dance, you know. Everyone, you sort of wah with your arms. Yeah, Max. I don't like the spider webs either. Yeah, they're sticky. Oh, preening time. We got some new feathers there. I really want to get that feather. Oh yeah, Max is enjoying the sun, soaking up the vitamin D, enjoying sitting out here watching. And quite frequently when he watches, he puts his back to me because birds, if you know, their eyes are, he can view 270 degrees around. And he knows that I've got his back. He knows he does not have to worry if I'm behind him. Why are you preening your, that's not for preening, honey. That's your harness. Harnesses don't get preened. Yeah, feathers get preened. That's right. Sunny days. I know, honey. You're so good. I've occasionally had people say, well, the live stream, Max doesn't do as much. You know, he's not showing off and he's just sitting. Well, absolutely. A lot of the videos that you see of Max, we can sometimes film him for hours before we get him doing something highly entertaining. You know, he's not always in the mood to talk. And when he does, he'll talk for a few minutes and he's done. You got to be ready with the camera. You know, some days I actually have to go through hours of footage just to find what to post for you folks. You don't want to just see him sitting like a bug on a log, right? Yeah. There's always something you're up to. He has his best life. Oh boy. Can I get a scritchies here? Yeah. And we spend a lot of time together where there's no camera involved too. Right, Max? Yeah. Gabrielle says, so life is a jungle. Max, teach us. Max, can I get a life lesson from you? What's the life lesson today? Take a moment and preen. Make sure you look pretty. If you're happy and you know it, bok, bok, bok. Have a bok in your heart. Yeah. These are all good life lessons, honey. Ooh, Sherry's got a good question. She asks if the flock sleeps with covers over their cages. No, they do not. I did not realize covering cages was a thing when I got Tico, so he's never had his cage covered. T-Cal never had his cage covered with his first home, and I mean, he stayed with me regularly, so I just kept things up with him as usual. Max, if you cover his cage, he will eat the cover with 2 holes right in it. And Mango is used to, when he came here, he had his own room, his previous home, so he did not need a cover. He had a room. Now he's in the living room, and Mango does not really appreciate having his cage covered, but he also does not appreciate interruptions at night. So I try to leave the living room alone at night. Yeah. Once Mango goes to bed, I go upstairs, and I try not to come downstairs. So that means I've got to double check that the garage is shut and the door is locked and all of those evening checks. Yeah. And in the morning, I try not to come down until the flock is up and moving. And they do like to sleep in a little bit. Oh, you are so dusty, Max. Does anybody see the dust mites or the dust bits? Not mites. The dust motes that are floating around just from his feathers. Here, I'm just going to do this. Can you see my hand? You see my fingers right here? Yeah, he's a dusty boy. Cockatoos are. I really want him to have a good flap just to shake himself out. Teresa. Teresa says, hello, Max and Mom. I love all of your videos. You are so precious. Love and kisses and hugs. Love from the UK. Aw. Sending you love right back from Canada. Yeah. Isn't that good, honey? Yeah. No, I know, honey. You just want some preens and some nice pets. Oops, I'm sorry. I bumped your feather. One thing Mango loves is having his tail just gently pulled. First time I did this, Max looked at me like I was insane. just sort of gathering everything and just gently, not pulling, but just gently sort of bringing my hand down and just a gentle stroking motion. Obviously not pulling. Pulling's the wrong word, but just, Mango absolutely loves that. And the first time I did it with Max looked at me and said, "What the heck do you think you're doing?" But because Mango enjoys it, I've started doing it more often, and Max has decided that it actually feels pretty good too. Yeah, right, Max? Yeah. Mango does not appreciate being treated the same as Max, though. Certain ways that I'll interact with Max will get me nipped at from Mango, because Mango says, "What do you think you're doing?" Carrie says, "I've always wanted to have a cockatoo." Carrie, you didn't tell me you were a masochist. So you like cleaning, you like throwing all your money at the birds, you like paying expensive vet bills, you like buying lots of toys and fixing your home and dealing with a lot of noise. Yeah, cockatoos, I'm actually the first person to tell you, cockatoos don't make very good pets. There's a reason so many cockatoos are rehomed over and over and over again. It's because people, when they get them, they just don't know what they're getting in for. They look and they say, this angelic being that's sitting on your knee right now, this is what cockatoo ownership is about. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. There's a big mess. I mean, they're very powdery. I tell people, if you want to know what cleaning up after a cockatoo is like, go buy yourself a 20-pound bag of flour and a fan. Turn on the fan, take a cup of flour, throw it in front of the fan so that it basically just fluffs out and lands everywhere. Go sweep it up. Go clean it up. An hour later, go do the same thing, but this time with 2 cups. Keep repeating once an hour every hour. When you run out of flour, go buy a couple more bags. That's what living with cockatoos is like. You're always cleaning up after the dust, and there's always going to be a mess. And I mean, kids, they'll play with Lego, and it's easy to clean up. Well, easier to clean up because it's all in one spot. Birds, they play with their food and everything else, and they throw it everywhere. So literally, when I walk into the bird room, the first thing I do is I grab a broom and I sweep up so that I'm not going crunch, crunch on the floor. I then do a quick check of food and water and see if a birdie's made birdie soup. Birdie soup or parrot soup is when they throw all the food and maybe some pretty car. Maybe some chewed up toys and wood and paper and bits into their water, and it gets pretty icky. Yeah, you got to go change it. Max is good at regurgitating into his water, or not regurgitating. He'll take a sip of water, he'll hold it in his beak, and then it'll drool back out. So basically he backwashes into his water. And his water needs to be changed multiple times a day. And that means you need to wash the bowls as well. Mango likes to drip water out of his water bowl into his food bowl, so it tends to get into a bit of a mess there. So it's always cleaning. So when I first walk into the room, I clean, then I interact with the birds. And usually they're ready for some fresh snacks. Next, when we go in, we've got watermelon, we've got peppers, and we've got some grapes for you. Would that be good? Yes, Carrie, that is a harness. Max is wearing an aviator harness. You can see it in the front, and you can see it behind. Rule of thumb, we know too many people who've lost birds outside. Max is only allowed outside in a carrier or with a harness. Max usually likes the harness, and actually that's the same rule with any bird that we're caring for. Harness or carrier, right, Max? And Max is not likely to fly. But a scared bird has amazing powers of flight. A scared bird who flaps his wings at the same time that a gust of wind comes can end up on a roof. And the bird's not going to know how to get down. He can get lost and he's not sure how to get home, and he just sits there quietly scared while you're hunting for him just in an absolute panic. He could get hit by a car. He could get eaten by a coyote. Gonna get snatched by a hawk. There's a lot of dangers. So safest thing for Max is to wear a harness. Other concern outside is avian flu. So avian flu, I'm just going to flip the camera again here, Max, and just set it up for you so you can just sit and I can get a better shot of you. Avian flu, we've got a lot of birds that are migrating. We don't know if they're healthy or not, and we've seen a lot of avian flu worldwide, and even in Alberta here, from migrating birds. And that's actually the reason why Max is sitting on my knee rather than on a chair. Max would prefer to sit on a chair by himself, but I cannot clean these chairs properly. I can't sterilize them, and if I've had an outdoor bird sitting on them or pooping on them, there could be a chance of transmittal of something like avian flu. So why is this so bad? Because avian flu can be fatal in 90% of the cases. That's scary. And if one bird of your flock ends up being diagnosed with avian flu because it is so virulent, they'll put down the rest of your flock. Oh my gosh, that would just be devastating, wouldn't it, Max? So, seems like getting him to sit on my knee rather than on another perch outside seems like a really good idea. It's really just about keeping Max safe. Max enjoys the outdoors. I don't want to take that away from him, but by getting him to sit on my knee, I know that my slacks are clean. They're just yoga pants, but they're clean, and I know where they've been. And that's the way I keep him safe from things like avian flu. So there's a couple of reasons there. But, keeping them up close and keeping them with me, really, really good idea. Right, Max? Are you having fun yet? Are you having any fun? Yeah, it's preening time. We'll let Max preen for a few minutes here on camera. What the heck, Max? Oh. I got dry skin on my elbows. I better moisturize those today, huh? So, Max, we can go in and get you some lunch. Want lunch? We've got peppers and grapes and watermelon. Oh, we've got corn and some fresh corn. Get corny on the cob. I can cut one of those up for you. That'll be good. I got some sweet potato that we can cook. Some parsnips and carrots. You tell me, what would you like to eat? You like a bite of everything? Yeah, you probably would like a bite of everything. So what we'll do next, when I take you in, I'll get you some lunch. I'll get everybody some lunch for the cages. Make myself some more coffee. I'll open up your window so you can view. You can watch what's going on outside. We'll just angle it down so we don't get too much heat in the house. And we'll figure out what we're doing for the rest of the day. I got some stuff to do. I got some work to do, Max. Yeah, I think I've got some orders on your Etsy store that I need to ship out. So reminder, Max does have an Etsy store, and it's full of parrot goodies. We've got keychains, bookmarks, notebooks. We've got coasters. Those are a big seller. We've got parrot poetry, magnetic poetry for your fridge with a parrot twist from a flock. We've got t-shirts. We've got necklaces. We've got some jewelry, right, Max? Yeah. We gotta pack some of that up to ship it. And I always have some fun packaging stuff. I always try to make it something special. And we do ship worldwide, so if you're looking for any Max merch, great opportunity to grab some. Yeah, Max, it sure is. It sure is. Yeah. So, Max, you ready to say go inside? You want to just check comments one more time? All right, we're going to come here. We're going to flip this. I know you came to watch Max, not me. Kelly gave you a buck. That is so awesome, Max. Yeah, a Thumper is cute. Yeah. Yeah, and Thumper's mom has a very different approach to the way she handles Thumper and prompts him to do stuff. I tend to let Max do what he wants. I'll sometimes ask him, but he does not have to perform. You know, he just does what he wants to do. Jocelyn's looking into Etsy. It's an easy way to do things, Jocelyn. You can print things like shipping labels directly from it, which are great. And Etsy does have a bit of discount on shipping labels. Your average American asks, when was his latest tantrum? Was it last night when I told you it was time to go to bed and I turned off the lights? Matt, I love it. Matt's got a dad joke for you, Max. Max, did you know that laughing loudly in Hawaii is not legal in public? Hawaii only allows aloha. That's a good one. That's a good one. It'd be bad for Barney, but Max has his laughter too. He laughs out loud. William, so glad. So glad. Yeah, Logan just got another timeout because Logan does not learn. Logan has got to learn that to participate in the live chat and to get attention, to get good attention, he just has to be polite and we will interact with him. Being mean and being a troll, not nice. Maybe school's out for the year. Maybe you have too much time on your hands, but there are better things to do. Okay, buddy? So you just got put on timeout. You are welcome to come back to the channel after your timeout's done, but you're not welcome to troll. Okay, buddy? All right, everybody. Yeah, one more glance at the flowers. I hear trucks backing up, Max. Come on up. Come on up. Let's stand up. Yeah. If we can get one more buck. Can I get a buck? If you're new to our channel, make sure you like and subscribe, folks. Good job, Max. Oh, we loved hanging out with you today. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Stephen. Hello, hello. Good job, Max. Good job. All right, we'll flip it around. So we get Max on camera as I end the stream. There you go, buddy. There. Thanks for joining us, folks.